Yes, we're back on right in the cooping. Keeping the ball on the ground, sorry. Here we go, we've got the big dosser, Kevin Kyle, we've got the wee tosser, Paul Sling. What's happening, young man? How are you? Is alright?
Sorry, I'm amazing, mate. What about yesterday? How good a day was that?
But we're going to come to that first, but absolutely. I want to ask the big dosser first. He was at a Q&A with wee Craig Bryn yesterday.
I was, aye.
How did it go?
It was good, aye. It was good. That was my first unofficial speakers night, speakers day stroke afternoon, so I think they were quite happy with the stories that I told, and that was good
What
day.
about one of the questions that somebody asked you?
What did they ask me, Si?
Do you struggle to tie your laces with such fat fingers?
Is that what they said, aye? Tell you what, I do struggle with these fingers, mate.
And obviously, he got a message for his hero last week. He's came dressed as his other hero, Dappy, for the end of this week.
Monster have obviously now they sponsor me, Si. So it's not really my type of style, Si, do you know what I mean, mate? So
because they did the UFC fight,
UFC, Si.
You've been in about 20 UFC fights.
They want me to be a ring girl, didn't they? So
Head-to-toe monster. Head-to-toe monster.
What a guy. You are the ultimate monster.
Oh my
God. The honey monster.
Great day yesterday, wasn't it?
Honestly, mate, like, the only reason I went up to that side was to see you perform at the draw, and it was so special to see you there. When you're in that environment, Si, it's just your whole world, isn't it, Si? You're just amazing at it. I just can't believe, Kev, honestly, like, all last night, I couldn't believe why you're not presenting the whole of Scottish football in every channel. I understand it, Si, do you know what I mean? Like, you obviously have to be a geek to do it, Si, do you know what I mean? Presenting Scottish football.
What are you talking about, Hunter? You ever done a draw, Kev?
No.
I done the rehearsal, didn't I?
You were good in the rehearsal.
As McCoy's, but see when I was doing that, Kev, putting the ball up to see the number, shaking like a leaf.
You were shaking like a shitting dog.
Mate, I don't like stuff like that.
Was the rehearsal similar to the main draw?
Nah. Well, I done that in the rehearsals. Oh, that ball's roasting. The guy's like that. No, mate.
Was he, aye?
Like,
fuming, pointed at the head like a big stick and went, don't do that, didn't you?
obviously over the years when the draw's been done, questions are always asked, are the balls hot and cold? So you're the man.
Nah, I don't know, mate. Sorry to disappoint. But, mate, you get a wee buzz when you're doing it, see, because it's live and stuff like that. In fact, it's probably the same buzz you get when you're pulling the chicken balls at the wee bags for the Chinese. You didn't use your hands today, you just put your head straight in.
Straight apples.
And he does the same with the fritters.
He does it with the apples.
By the way, how many pies do you have as well?
Oh, man, what a day I get. The only thing I know I wasn't allowed in to watch side of the draw. They said we couldn't be trusted was the birds. But so I get treated with pies, steak pies, chips, beans with it.
Beans.
Old school, we got, what else did we get? Another pie. I had my pocket was full of wedges for the second off. Wedges, Si. It was an amazing day, Si. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something, I had a joke, I thought, I can't remember it now, bastard.
Did you get to meet Tommy Knight?
No,
we never
didn't meet him.
But I'll tell you something, St Johnston's fans are the speckiest bunch of everyone was
to wear glasses to be a St Johnston fan.
No wonder.
No glasses.
No wonder. I know, to be fair to St Johnston, right, I've had a few tweets that think I come for them every week, right? I think rightly so.
Yeah.
But no, that's why they wear glasses, because they need to actually see what they're believing it there. I'm joking.
Brilliant. Right, we're going to go into Hearts and Hibs.
Oh,
sorry.
I had an amazing night Saturday night.
Oh, Rolling Stones. Sorry, mate, I forgot to ask you.
Unbelievable, Si.
He's a wee number. What's your favourite song?
What's the one, Si? Brown sugar.
Yeah.
But they were all saying to me, I'm not your other one was saying spotty sugar to me. But it was amazing. Si, I'm not joking. Not one person there, Si, was under 50-year-old, right? And from the start to the finish, they were up dancing, singing. No, you know what I mean, Si? But young people now sitting there and want to see people make mistakes and sitting in the computer. Si, do you know what I mean? And these old people just living life, Si. I hope the Hydro Hotel show is 30,000 old people. I don't want one young person.
Some smell of pish to it.
Yeah, forget him.
Hearts versus Hibs, I pulled it out. Did I pull it out?
You done that,
Right,
Si.
go and pull it out. What do you make of the draw? That's probably the draw everyone wanted, wasn't it, Paul?
Aye, Si, because I don't think if they'd met, I don't think Hearts would have got to the final. This could be a chance in the derby, Si. So, fantastic draw, Si, you pulled it out there, well done. But an ex-Heartsman, an ex-Jambo, what's your thoughts on it?
I think the draw, like, for me personally, I think it's the draw that if you were Hibs or Hearts and you got to the final and lost, you've got that big game first, and then the opportunity to get to another big game. Celtic Aberdeen's not going to be straightforward for Celtic, because Aberdeen have in recent games put up good tests against Celtic. So It's open. It's open. Celtic's undoubtedly the favourites, but it's open. But a Hibs Hearts derby. There's one this Tuesday night. There's one obviously for the semi-final, and I think Hibs will be looking to kind of make amends for the last time they visited Hearts at Hampden Park.
For me, like out the 4 teams, Aberdeen are the only team that for me can give Celtic a game.
Aye.
Because I think Derek McInnes is very good tactically, and he's recording another semi-final for Aberdeen.
Brilliant.
And yet there's still more.
Brilliant.
His record's unbelievable the last
Do you know what?
5 years in the Scottish Cup.
I think a wee while back there we were giving Aberdeen a bit of a hard time questioning Derek McInnes. But see when you really break down the analysis of how his tenure has been there, like every club in their turn
Every year it's
would take a
semi-finals and finals.
semi-final
Of course
every
they
week.
would.
Of course they would. So Aberdeen fans need to get a grip and
But they've
realise where they
changed.
are.
Aberdeen have changed. They've turned the corner side the way they've played. Do you know who's made the difference? Kennedy.
Kennedy's good, isn't he?
He's made a difference.
He's attacking, he's got a wee bit of guile about him, he's getting players, he's getting up the park and being in dangerous areas where they've not resorted to that long ball to Cosgrove Main. They're trying to get balls out wide and bring the balls in from the wide
Okay, when
areas.
you've got 2 strikers like Cosgrove, I mean, you need players like Kennedy in the pitch.
Of course you do.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's made a huge difference.
So who do you fancy Hibs or Hearts? Who do you fancy in that one?
See on if you're going to go with
Hibs
form.
will go to the final easy.
See if you go with form, you're obviously going to pick Hibs, right? But the thing with Hearts is, and we've talked about it, we don't know what Hearts is going to turn up. If the Hearts of Saturday turns up, they've got a chance. But we don't know. I would love to see Hearts and see them get to a final. That would be amazing, but it's going to be difficult.
Hibs showed a lot of quality in their goals Friday. You see it? One thing I need to ask you about, why is Paul Hanlon hitting penalties?
But he's
McNulty, Doidge, Allen in the team.
They fought at it.
Did they?
So Hanlon had the ball and McNulty's trying to get it, and two of them were like grabbing off each other.
So the centre halves took the penalty off his striker.
So that's what I was saying at first, when with all the attackers on the pitch, I couldn't believe it, but it wasn't, that clearly wasn't sorted before the game, because we were actually fighting side when it happened.
I think there was someone else behind it.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Dan Dempster.
Texting McNulty.
Yeah.
Calling him skipper.
No way.
So
No.
texting McNulty saying you should be skipper.
So Minotti's just thought, I'll pretend to be skipper and take this ball right off Big Paul.
No, but honestly, I couldn't believe that, Si, yeah? Them fighting with
McNulty was
that.
great, wasn't he?
But surely that's sorted, eh?
It should be sorted before, shouldn't it? You wouldn't expect that for Jack Ross. I don't think he'd be too happy with that.
Is Big Hanlon still the captain?
Big Hansen was the captain.
Big Hanson, so he's obviously just took it upon himself.
Hanlon was
to
actually-
be
To be fair,
authoritative.
decent for him, innit? Billy Big Ball, he's beaten him the captain.
Fuck off. What you say to him, no joking.
Did he, eh?
Fuck off. I mean, McNulty went to somebody started moaning.
But greeting.
Another one for me who's made a massive difference to Hibs, although he's breaking his teeth in for Red Rum, Greg Docherty has been...
Excellent, Si. Absolutely excellent.
Some setting ashes,
And
isn't
once
it?
again, he came on open goal and that's when it changed for him.
It did, you're right, and that
He
Be
came on and
Inspired
we
thing,
spoke
that
to him.
sponsored silence.
We sat him down, didn't we? We sat him down and
He
said...
actually donated to Mark Corcoran as well, which is brilliant, didn't he?
Absolutely. By the way, I seen a wee clip of him piping up. Piped down.
Oh, good comeback.
But Si, talk about Greg Docherty, magnificent. He goes under the radar, Si, on the pitch because he's a hard worker, a grafter, a dog's body, Si, as people like to call him, but Si, a good dog's body. But Si, I thought he was excellent.
Water carrier.
And I'm going to say as well, Martin Boyle, fantastic. Just get kicked up and down the park, Si. I think St John's... Inverness players, Si, were obviously told to kick him because I think that he got free.
So Marco's tough feet tackler as well.
He doesn't look very tough looking, tough to look at, I know, Si. But certainly in Hibs, I'm going to tell you that now. I think Hibs will get to the final.
But can I ask you something? Hibs concerned that they concede quite a... Defence is not great now.
Well, they had
2 goals
Inverness
against
had a
them.
couple of chances as well, Si, before the goals went in. So defensively, a wee bit shaky, but I think there's certainly the change that's happened to them has been brilliant, and I think they're going to be close.
To what? We're in the league?
The
Scottish Cup?
I think they're going to be close, Si. So I
It's
think they'll
quite
get
a handsome team as well, Hibs, isn't it? We Scotty Allen, Docherty's on it.
Well, I was going to say that, but I just remembered the sub running on. Wee Horgan, Si. Wee Horny Horgan. He's most of the horniest Horgan in the world because of the way he looks. And I don't like the way people... Si, you'll never ever catch me going about the way people look. It's about inside, Si, as I've always been told. But certainly Wee Horny Horgan is a tough one to look at, Si.
You, Horgan and your man Hazy.
Hazy. HS.
Horgan, Hayes and Horney.
HS.
What a 3, mate. Kev, remember Hibs used to be Hibs, it used to be bottlers. They're going to be favourites for this game. Do you think this team under Jack Ross can handle that pressure?
I think so because they have they've got a wee bit of something. Like defensively, they are a wee bit suspect, But it's the attacking. I think Hibs are capable of, if they concede 2 goals, they're capable of scoring 3 goals against anybody. They've got great width. Like the boy Boyle, he's been a sensation since he comes back from injury. I hope he stays injury free because I think he deserves it. Scotty Allen, steady midfielder. And steady as in, like, you know what, he's the 7-8 out of 10 every week. I don't mean steady as in he's bang average. I mean he's a steady Eddie 7-8 out every week. But what I think's helped Hibs is Doherty coming in because he is doing all that dirty, horrible work that nobody really wants to do.
Good quality, well, Kevin.
Oh no, he has. On Saturday night watching Greg Doherty's club playing against Hearts, they could have done with Greg Doherty in their team, wee bit of fight, wee bit of guile, but Greg Doherty's now at Hibs on loan, and fair play to him, you know what I mean? He's went there and he's put his head down and worked really hard and thought, you know what?
Some size ahead to put down,
what?
But by the way, you know what he does? You know, he goes up to a place in Ricasey, mate, and gets one-on-one fitness and coaching outside of football, man.
Is he not a personal trainer himself?
Sickening.
Don't think it's sickening.
Is he not a personal trainer himself, or has he not got a qualification?
Nah, I don't think so.
Or did I read that?
He's just in great nick, isn't he? But I know that he works very hard.
The best guy that's ever has got the right mentality, and every young player is Marvin Compass, aye. Turned up at Celtic, didn't play a game, got his money, got his winning medal, picture up in the house, done. I believe every young player should look at that.
I always big John Hartson to you when you beat him. What are you doing? Never do any more than what you're paid to do.
Brilliant.
What are you doing?
Exactly. I was actually listening to a podcast the other day. Stephen Gerrard with Jamie Carragher. It was absolutely magnificent. Young players want to make the game side. Listening to that.
I don't want to enhance other people's podcasts.
No, shite. Right. Don't listen, it was shite.
Right, but on you go, say what young players are.
Young players, if you want to make the game, listen to Gerrard talking to Carragher, and the guys that start to follow you, listen to the open goal. So, you know what I mean? I totally agree, huh?
Kev, your big mate's Suter season's over. How big a
He's sniper, the way it looked.
He can't stay fit, Suter, can he? Is it just the pressure carrying that ahead of it?
Do you think it's...
His body's in turmoil. His back's knackered, isn't it?
It's carrying that Hearts team when he's fit.
I really like Suter. I think if he could stay fit, he's got a right good chance.
Big blow for Scotland.
Yeah, I'm going to come to that as
well. It is, but for Big Suter, like when you watch how he actually got injured, he didn't do anything untoward to... He just stepped back. He just stepped back and his Achilles went. He hardly did anything. So for me, it's not the Achilles that he injured that kept him out for a while, it's the other one. So for me, it looks like there's a possibility of an imbalance there.
Because of that one that had been
that one's so strong and whatever, maybe the other one. So questions need to be asked, because you don't do your Achilles as easy as that's been done, unless he's just built like fucking, I don't know.
No.
I'm not even going to say
it's a big blow.
It's a big blow to Hearts, because they are in a relegation dogfight. The semi-final is a great distraction away from the league. But is it going to be a distraction that causes them getting relegated? Who knows? But no, they're going to need, maybe Big Christoph will get a recall. What do you think?
I heard he's been brilliant at Dundee by now.
Has he, aye?
I heard he's been very good. I know it's the championship, but I've heard he's done really well.
Good for him.
So here's a question for you, right? It's not even in the script, I just came up with. If Hearts play the way they did against Rangers in the 2 games, do they beat Hibs?
They've got a good chance. Sorry. Hibs, I've been very, very highly praised the Hibs.
Who do you think's got better players, Hearts or Hibs? I know I'm big on this Hearts players.
I think
there's much in it, to be honest.
I think you're right, Slaney. I think the answer is, Simon, that Hearts bought in the boy, the one that scored in his debut, Boyce. He didn't play Saturday, and Hearts played, for me, better than a very, very below par Rangers. Can Hearts score enough goals to beat Hibs? I don't, like, it sounds ridiculous, but I don't think there is a threat going forward as Hibs are going forward. And Hearts are also very susceptible at the back.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's
should be a great game, yeah.
It should be a great game. It's got the recipe to be a very, very good.
You going to go at it?
We might go.
Why don't we go?
Why don't we go?
I need to ask you about this as well. Daniel Stendhal had the players wearing goggles and had rope tied on them. Now, somebody said that his wife has been wearing beer goggles since she met him, but have you ever had anything like that done in training? I mean, if we're going to get rope, Kev, it need to be some size of fucking rope for you, but have you ever seen anything like that?
Goggles.
So you know the
goggles want to help them.
You've seen it, the ropes around the back four, and when the right back moves, everyone moves across.
So like that game you get as a kid when you pull the handles out and they're all on the metal bar.
That game as a kid, you're pulling what?
You know what I mean, aye. So That's just ridiculous, isn't it?
You think?
That's fucking clutching at straws. I'm going to be honest.
But it
right?
worked though, nah, they won the game.
Didn't work because Rangers were honking. That's how it worked. That's how Hearts beat Rangers on Saturday, was because Rangers were very, 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 very poor.
Yeah. So you know into all this stuff for like...
No, not at all. Because
3 minutes. Well, Chick Chanley told me that when they used to train at Thistle, John Lambie used to go up on a hill and hit golf balls doing at them while they were training. They had to kind of dodge golf balls for like awareness and reaction. Oh you ever heard anything like that, nah?
No.
Barry Ferguson must have brought something a wee bit different, nah?
No, it does look like my face has been hit with golf balls, Si, but it certainly did never happen.
Well, that was the dart.
Basketballs, no golf balls. Right. What would Hearts fans take? Would they take, listen to this, right?
It's a fantastic question, Si, and I don't know what it's going to be yet.
What would you rather, Kev? Would you rather get relegated and win the Scottish Cup, or would you rather stay up and get beat for Hibs in the semi-final?
You get beat for Hibs in the semi-final.
And stay up?
Aye, because you get to play Hibs 4 times again the next season and try and redeem yourself.
Yeah.
I know, but it's a long time since Hearts have won the
Scottish Cup. I know, but
Scottish
Hibs have only won the Cup in once in the whole life.
Oh.
Just a wee dig in there, but you know it's true.
But
but what I'm trying to say is that being in that first division, the size of Hearts as a club, the Championship, that's no good for Hearts. They need to be in the Premier League. The Premier League needs Hearts to be in the Premier League. So for me, I would like to see them do both, beat Hibs and stay up. But if you had to pick one or the other, it would definitely be staying up.
Plus with their financial, the troubles that they've been in before, probably the last thing they need
Oh,
is to
definitely.
And the boys on big wages there as well.
Aye, financially they're secure, but it's not even the fact that if you beat Hibs in the semi, you're going to come up against Celtic or Aberdeen. Is that a given?
Nah.
Do you think Hibs or Hearts, just say Celtic go to the final, do you think Hibs and Hearts could beat Celtic in the final?
In a one-off game, 90 minutes, a cup final, saying it's anybody's.
But you wouldn't say over the last stretch, it's going to be hard to see Celtic not winning it now, isn't it?
Aye, I think like Celtic's a few games away from doing something quite magnificent. You know what I mean? So,
so what was your answer? You'd stay up.
I would stay up.
Stay up.
Would you?
Aye.
What would you do?
If I was a player, probably rather win the Scottish Cup.
I know if you were a player.
If I was a player, I'd rather win
as a fan. I thought you were asking us as a club.
No, I mean as a player.
As a player, I would love to be at a final. You know, I look back at the one they beat Hibs 5-1, and I was injured and never couldn't get anywhere to score. I was packed in, and I always look back and think, God, had the physio maybe been a wee bit more better, I might have got back fit and. Maybe I made it at the squad, and I won a championship with Sunderland promoted, but I never ever got to a cup final. That would be any cup final at that level of football would be amazing. It's a memory.
That must have been very hard for you. Sitting there watching.
It wasn't really because I was in Magaluf on my stag do.
I love that slaughtering physios. You know, Chris Sutton used to say to physios, he just used to stare at it and go, just think if you'd worked that a little bit harder, you could have been a doctor.
I've had a fair run in with a fair few physios.
Oh, physios,
mate. Man.
Like, see, physio for me, physio's a guess, man. Like, see, they touch your leg a bit and they don't know, they just send you for a scan. And then
easy.
You take you up the gym and put you on a bike.
There are physios who are on the next level.
Talking of physios.
Oh, talking of physios.
On the next level. What about the video you took yesterday?
Tiger Tim
Williamson, who was the worst running style Tiger.
I'm no joke, I don't know if he needed a shite or he just shat his pants as Lenny was looking at him, but I've never seen technique quite like it. What a man Tiger is.
We were in St Johnstone yesterday, right, and he's going about the reception to the security guards, the physios, the kit man. Can I pop down and ask Lenny for a snooze?
Did they let you in?
I was trying my sorry boys, not couldn't
He
get
actually
a
looked at
snooze.
you, didn't he, in the crowd?
In disgust. I mean,
Somebody done something bad and he was like that.
That's your negative energy shouted, wasn't it? Lenny was actually looking at me, I went to him.
He was like, he done that to you, didn't he?
He did that to me. Swear to God, didn't he? So it was amazing, and he did that.
Was James shouting at you?
James had a great second half. Oh, magic. Anyway.
Actually, we're going to come to Celtic game just now, but like, did you see the pitch? Like, see when Jamesy was head to toe, I just wanted to ask you, have you ever came across a winger that dirty before?
Everybody keeps asking me when I venture out into the world, what's the joke about the winger? I don't actually know. I don't know.
And that's it.
All will be revealed at the Hydro.
Emphasise that word joke, Si. That's exactly what it is.
Right, there's also a debate, Kev.
Yes.
Murrayfield over Hampden. What do you think? It's got to be Hampden, isn't it?
Got to be Hampden. The home of Scottish football. Murrayfield's for tatty kickers. It's a rugby field. That's just what it is. It's 50,000 up there, and as much as I love rugby and support my national team at that, that's where they play it. But we're football, we play at Hampden. Regardless of what people think of Hampden, it's iconic.
You go with that, Paul?
No.
He's full of shit.
What are you thinking?
That didn't make sense, Si, for them to travel to Glasgow, as I've told you before, Si. But I do think, Si, obviously it's been booked in now, so they need to go, Si. But it just makes much more sense to go to Murrayfield, doesn't it, no? Do you know what I mean?
For them?
Much more sense.
See, if it's me, so I'd rather get on the train and have a wee day.
Nah, because what you got to think is,
on it.
think about some of the cup finals we've had at Wembley. Teams like Sunderland going away down to play Man City. They've got to travel 4 or 5 hours down to Wembley to play. So travelling 40 minutes in the 10, 15 from Queen Street to Waverley's no
I
problem.
know, but what if you're taking a family of 4? Train, fortune, there's
Kids
another
go
100
free.
quid. Oh,
Kids go free under 5.
How do you know that?
Fuck,
Just
so maybe
another
more than
effort.
over kids of 5 back going. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
No, I know, but I just think it's only 40 minutes. The geography of it's not that great.
Oh, geography,
geography.
Mr. Flibber, the geography teacher.
Right, we're going to talk about Rangers. I mean, I
Do we
honestly
need
think, see if you got like the best pundit in the world to come in and explain Rangers, like, or even Pep Guardiola, like Braga, brilliant.
Do you know who
And
we
then
should
the
have?
same team, terrible against
Do you know who we
Nats.
should have got in to talk about Rangers? Tom, the commentator. Because he would have given an unbiased view of it all. Mm-hmm. But no, for me, like you say, Simon, how do we sum up Rangers? Like, what has happened? I don't know. I want to know. I want somebody to tell me.
Because
But
like,
I don't know.
Then the draw yesterday with Alan McCoist, I was like, why is that? And he says it just must be mentality.
It has to be mentality. It's either the club's too big for the players, or the pressure is too much for the players to handle because of the size of the club and the expectations by the fans. For me, that's what it has to be.
I think losing Defoe's been a big thing for Rangers. See, since Defoe's been injured as well, results have been terrible because, alright, he's experienced and he's around the place, but I mean, match days and being on the pitch, I think that older head makes such a big difference. And I think since he's been injured, the results have just been so up and down, haven't they?
Do you think they lack, I'm going to say the word experience, like
Mate,
Defoe
that's
is,
what Rangers need to get, a couple of experienced players in the summer.
but when you look at that, and you've got Griggsy, who's a goalkeeper, and you can only do so much from a goalkeeper, right? He is very animated, as we saw in several clips after the game on Saturday, but they don't have that experienced leader in the middle of the park that's going to.
Davis, nah.
I don't think.
want to start that
I know, but you fucking right, forgot about him.
But see.
No, but what I mean is, even right, we'll keep it in because I've totally forgot about Stephen Davis, but they don't have a lot. If one like Stephen Davis doesn't start every week, it's like he's in 1 week, he's in 1 week, he's out. They don't have that captain, experienced player who you know is going to start every week, and he can help control a game, he can help dictate with his voice, and I do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You would have played in teams where you'd have had that guy in your team.
But the thing is, you can see with McGregor, like, see after the game, I know you're talking about his antics, but you can see how much it means to him. I just think that he's probably the only one in that team who feels like that. I mean, the rest of them, you get beaten, they just walk off the pitch. You see McGregor, and you can see how much he's hurting. I think they need a few more players like that.
I would agree.
Which was so surprising. Jamie Murphy, a Rangers fan, and Greg Docherty, a Rangers fan, were let go. Because guys like that are desperate for Rangers to do
Why was
that.
Jamie Murphy let go?
I know, he's scoring for goals for fun down there, isn't he?
I don't like for me when he played with Motherwell, you knew what you were getting with Jamie Murphy week in, week out with Motherwell.
Brighton was the same.
Aye, and he comes to Rangers, so he knows the league, he knows what it takes to get results, but he was let go because he was deemed that he wasn't good enough. Whereas I can't work it out. Like Griggsy, to be fair, I would hate to be in that dressing room with him coming in because he would go through every single one of them.
But they probably need a couple more like that, don't
But they need a few more.
Yeah. Well, as a guy who's up and down, what do you make it?
I'm very down at the moment.
Are you, mate?
Aye. But what I'm going to say is here, since I came on the podcast, I've always had my closet, my closet.
Was it?
Eyes out for, my eye out, and about Gerrard, I've always question marks there, right? Now I think at the moment, Gerrard, I said last week, I think he's a wee bit, at the moment, no sure his best team and all that. But I'm not going to blame Gerrard for this. The players are an absolute embarrassment, Si.
Wow.
An absolute embarrassment what they done on Saturday. For Glasgow Rangers. Si.
Roll your eyes again, it was good.
Si. I just could not believe what I was watching. It was absolutely disgusting.
But why is it then? Why is it happening?
It can only be due to mentality, because the reason I'm not going to go and sit here and say Gerrard, right, I don't know what he was doing not playing Hadji for a start. I couldn't get that out of my head, but whatever. They players go and beat Braga home and away and put a performance in. That's mentality side, consistency. At the top club, you must do it every game, and they players are an embarrassment.
What about Ryan Kent coming out and saying he thinks the team play better,
Underdogs?
they prefer it when they're underdogs? I mean,
You're
you're at the wrong club, mate, if you want to be an underdog.
I know.
It's a
I
shocking
kinda,
shout.
That's
That's all right in Europe, but not in the league side. Your
Even,
favourites.
but even Slaney, as Celtic and Rangers were in Europe and they compete, Celtic and Rangers don't see themselves as underdogs against, because they're the bigger clubs than who they're playing against. So you should never feel like an underdog in any game you play when you're playing for Celtic or Rangers. So for Ryan Kent to say that, I'd fucking send him back.
As much as I loved, I've listened to Gerrard's podcast the other day, and my love grew for him against Si. I remembered the guy, and he's lost his wee bit away as a manager because, as I've said, his interview after the game, Si, he's now gave up on that team.
Right.
That's what he said. He said, me, my staff, and the fans, I don't know if it was associate or surround yourself with that performance. That's when he gave up on that team, and they were an absolute disgrace. Honestly, Si, I couldn't believe.
But I couldn't believe he said that he never went, him and his staff never went in the dressing room after you.
That's not going to.
Has that ever happened to you?
No.
The silent treatment?
Yeah.
Nah.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't
You
work?
said that Barry Ferguson would do it and then just not talk to you all week.
Well, I've always said, right, see with Barry Ferguson and Gerrard, they're very similar side to me. I've always said it because Fergie, it's like, they've got great qualities there, but their man management side is still, but I've heard now Fergie's getting better side at that, with first in, but Gerrard's
First job
side, he's still learning. And see that silent treatment, you need to go and face the problems. Do you think Walter Smith, when you spoke to the boys?
He'd have been through them.
He'd been through every single one of them, and I'm going to say, live on air side,
Go.
Walter Smith and Ali McCoy,
Said it last week, didn't I?
bring them back in the summer, and then they'll have a real title race then.
I think your best chance of stopping 10 in a row is
It's
Walter
the
Smith.
only chance.
I think you're absolutely right, and we can talk about Gerrard, that these players, the mentality is gone and the comms is gone, but he signed them. When you go and scout a player to bring in, you do all the research and history, stats, everything.
due diligence
Your
is
due
people-
diligence is always there, right?
Socials.
But you never know what mentality you're going to get. I mean, Celtic signed this guy.
Yeah.
They signed him as the tricky winger that was going to do all sorts.
Yeah.
And then the other Paul Slane came out and you're left with a
The monkey
fucker.
symbol started doing that in his head.
Then you're left with the guy that just was there to keep the banter. So what's basically happened is Steven Gerrard signed all these
Prepared, Kev.
potentially
signed
great
Paul
players.
Slane's,
Paul Slane
But they've all got
mentality.
Paul Slane's head.
18 post lanes.
They're away him
I've got somebody
anxiety
on fire,
on
son.
they're away him anxiety on the Prozac. They're not sleeping at night.
That's maybe the problem.
That's probably the problem.
That was brilliant.
Superb.
Alright,
Sick.
Morelos. In fact, before we go into that, have you had the silent treatment of a manager?
Aye.
Who?
I can't remember, but I just remember it was what do you call him? Big Mick. Basically, we played a game that we should have won, and what the worst thing about it was that he sent in the assistant, Taff, and he's just standing there, and we're all just sitting there like fucking raging, and you're like, right, then you start whispering to the guy next to you, is the gaffer coming?
Aye.
Is the gaffer coming? And then you're like, Taff, is the gaffer? I don't know. So you're just sitting there, and you sit there and you think,
I don't know.
what the fuck's the point? What the fuck's the point? Why get a shower away?
So did he not come in at all?
He came in eventually, but he just said, "Oh, here, word, the order. We're in the order," and that was it. Walked back out, and you're
And
like,
did it work?
"No, it didn't. What the fuck?
Do you think?
What was it going to achieve?
Do you know the reason?
People are grown men.
Do you know the reason Barry Ferguson done it? It was because we were on a bad run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6 games. Didn't win, so he'd been speaking after every single game. So I think by the end of it, it was like, I've got nothing else to say now. Like I've said everything. Like what else can I say?
Sometimes you can talk too much, can't you?
Do you know what I mean? So I think they're just like, it's pointless going in because what I've
No,
said.
I'm saying sometimes you can talk too much.
Exactly.
You think that Gerrard didn't go in because he was probably too scared of what he might have said?
Maybe, yeah.
Because when you're angry, and he was very, very angry, he might have chucked in a few home truths, and some people might not be able to deal
But
with
is that not what they need?
Aye, well that's true, but it just depends how close to home the truths are.
So is that right? Okay, we're going to move on to Morelos. Sets the tone for the day for me. How many times can you let Steven Gerrard down? Meant to be back on the Wednesday, never turn back, come to the Thursday. He's obviously wanting away.
He's an embarrassment, and I get told that He came back for the winter break a stone overweight.
Oh, yeah.
That's official.
Good for you.
I can't reveal, Si, because
Is that real? Is that true?
he came over a stone overweight, Si.
Oh.
And to begin the time, I don't know.
Ex-Celtic kid Paul Slane says Morelos came back a stone
Stone
overweight.
overweight.
Can't wait to see it
Can't
tomorrow.
wait to see that tomorrow.
Yeah, make sure it's in.
Right?
Can you imagine that, Si? Going for a league title and players that come back a stone overweight. He's an embarrassment, Si.
How long was he off?
But see, the thing is, was you right not to play him?
I had this argument
Greg
yesterday with
Stewart's playing
somebody.
up front who's not...
I had this argument yesterday, and I think that there was another way of punishing Greg Stewart, because the way I look at it, no Greg Stewart, Morelos, the way I look at it is that
Same arse as Morelos,
the way I look at it is that yes, on Saturday night, Rangers versus Heart was their only chance left of winning silverware.
Yeah.
So regardless of how bad he's came back, whatever, you don't have a recognised striker fit enough to start the game. So you must sort the difference out quickly, deal with it either before or after, and play your best.
Kev, I agree spot on, because we've got a guy who's very hard to deal with, who cancels at the last minute,
Aye.
who doesn't turn up. But at the end of the day, he's a maverick, isn't he? So you need to have him
So
on.
we've got to have him on.
Must
aye.
have him
Do you know what I
on.
mean, Paul?
Do you know what I mean, Si? And see, the thing is, see if somebody said to me, you're not coming on the podcast tomorrow, bye-bye.
Jink
Straight to BBC.
See, babies. And Jink, that's what happened with Morelos and Jink.
He's
What's happening
chucked
here?
it, Si. He's obviously, I get told, and I don't know how true this is, this was via a different source, Si, that he get promised that he was getting sold in January.
I heard that as well. He was promised he could go in January.
You're not hand to open
Aye,
that, you're
go on,
struggling
open that.
See, if
there.
you were in a dressing room, I'm thought, would you pull him up? I know you wouldn't. Kev, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Nah.
Would you be his mate?
I
Would you
would say
you're
keep
back?
going, keep doing it.
What
You look
is
skinny.
he?
You look
What is he going to say to us when we start talking to him in pure Scottish? Are you fucker? What you think you're doing? I wouldn't even waste my time with him.
But
I
here,
just-
Si, people,
Si,
I bet there's boys in there that now are going for him, Si.
oh aye. Do you think Alan McGregor's not saying
McGregor
something
might
to
be
him?
the only one to, but who else? I can't imagine anyone else.
How many
don't know.
chances Jenner gave him, Si?
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
But he's your best player.
He's
What
actually,
would you have done in that situation there?
Played him.
Would you have?
Like Kev
I'd
says,
have
last
played him,
chance
aye.
to win something, you know.
I'd have played him.
Because he ultimately wants to move, but in order for him to get a move, he still needs to play well. So it's not like he's going to go out there and no try.
Whoever's advising him or giving him advice needs to he either needs to sack them or look for somebody else to give him better advice, because it's not just like his own career is going to suffer with his antics, because who's going to, like, his disciplinary record's horrendous, so that's a bad negative against him already. This no turning up, deciding I'll turn up whenever I want, that's another one. So who is actually going to go and say, I'll give him 15, 20 million for that kid? Nobody's going to do it.
Especially when
It's
you
too,
hear
too
all
much
this.
liabilities.
Exactly. Have you ever played with just like a madman, lunatic? Remember P. Gowser, Paul McGowan?
Was he like that?
Mate, he didn't care Gowser when we were younger.
Aye, but it was a hard work about, wasn't he, Si?
He was like a good trainer and that,
Aye,
but
aye.
he just was a madman.
He used
I
to get sent
remember
in to train all the time.
we all the time. We used to. Did you need to go to a college course when you were younger on
Aye,
Wednesday?
Right, yes.
Me and Gowser got put to Coatbridge College doing sports coaching. Mate, we used to dog it all the time, right?
Brilliant.
We used to get to the front door and me, Gowser would do like, full college was full and he'd do, fuck Coatbridge College, he'd scream it, right? Then me and him would get on the train into the town and get a TGI's all day, just sit.
Oh, that's amazing, eh?
I got the bookies, stuff like that. And one day we're sitting at Barrafield and William days like that. John Cushley, remember John Cushley? Scariest guy in the world, mate. He was like a Lisbon Lion. It's like the 18th man in the Lisbon Lion, scary, big, huge centre half he was. John Cushley used to know training. John Cushley and Tommy Burns wants to see you up in the office in the gym and at the park. You have to walk up. So me and Gowser walk up to Celtic Park, right? John Cushley's waiting for us in reception. Honestly, mate, I was shit scared of him, right? So Celtic Park, you need to go upstairs to get to the gym. And John Cushley's walking up the stairs in front of us, right? And Gowser's ran behind him. And I'm at the side. And Gowser's doing that to him up the stairs.
No way.
Up every stair, mate, and I'm so close to laughing, right? So we get in the gym, Tommy Burns is waiting for us with John Cushley, and shuts the door and goes absolutely mental at us. John Cushley's like that. If there's any two that need to go to college, it's you two clowns, because when if you didn't make it in football, both of you will be working at McDonald's next year. And we are looking at Tommy hoping for a wink, or because Tommy was usually like, didn't worry about it, but Tommy's like, get out my face, the two of us. So see on the way down to Barrafield, I was at the guys, you're sacked, man. Like, Tommy was raging and I've never seen him like that.
College courses were minging, but
Crap, eh? So anyway, that night I'm sitting in my digs and my phone rings, it's Tommy Burns. And I was at the guy I'm sharing digs with. I'm done, mate, that's me, I'm getting released here. So Tommy answered the phone, he goes, can I get a Big Mac and chips, please? So anyway, that's not the And then he told us, like, don't worry about it. So I phoned Gowser up after it, because we were thinking, we're getting released here. So I phoned Gowser up after it and I was like, oh mate, Tommy's just phoned me having a laugh. And he went, oh thank fuck. That means I can dog it again next week. Mate, he didn't care, man. Actually, didn't care. He was a great guy.
He used to fight with Lenny every single day when he was a reserve manager.
He didn't care, eh?
All the time, Lenny used to send him in all the time. Just used to walk in, mate, just he's a money's guy.
He used to do that to Willie McStave. Willie would like send him in, but I fucking he's a great Willie. Like that to the manager, man.
Is he not meant to come on?
He's meant to come on.
We need to get him on, eh?
In fact, I actually thought he'd signed for Copenhagen the other night. Did you not see the boy lying on the Polish guy? Oh, Paul McGinn was a madman. I used to love him. Eh? He was one of them you could always guarantee would do something.
We had a guy called Tom Peters who came over from Belgium. He was the next big thing for Belgium, and he came out of Sunderland and straight away you know these guys that are coming here, the next best thing. They've signed them for £2 million. Fucking pish, absolute shite. So he basically got patched straight away. Like nobody was interested in him, and then like they say, right, reserves, you are in. This is the squad that's training them on the Saturday. He just wouldn't turn up. Who the fuck's Tom Peters? He came in the Monday and says, communication, wasn't able to read.
I love guys like that.
In English. Like he could speak the language, no boy, could understand everything. And Peter, he was like, hey, Tommy, you fucking need to be in there on Saturday, son. What is he saying? And you're like,
that's brilliant.
So anyway, he actually never ever got paid up or released. He sat the full length of his 4-year deal and then just left.
We had an Algerian guy as well, Mehdi Karouch, mate. He was a funny guy, right? And the Canio took him off after 30 minutes in a game. And Karouch was like to me after the game, he's like, me and him, I'm done with him. He says, I don't try now anymore. 2 years, they have to pay me up. So mate, we were going to away trips, right? And out his window, in the car park, he'd just be sitting out his window in the hotel having a fag. And the Canio would be sitting having a coffee outside and he'd say, hey, Paolo! And the Canio hated him, mate, right? So one day we had a meeting as well. And 20 minutes before the meeting, Medi's wrote all the Canio's sayings up on the board.
Before the Canios came in?
Before the Canios came in the meeting. Rafa was reminding me this last night. The Canio walks in the meeting, mate, and his face is fuming. He looks at his board and he's like, okay, lads, don't you worry. I know the asshole that's done this. Medi's just pissing himself laughing, right? The best, mate, we used to drive to the training ground, to the county ground, to get your lunch after training. Canio standing at the front door, we're all standing waiting to get in the front door, and Medi's driving past in his motor, mate, with the window down, just looking at him, smoking a fag, driving into training. So when we won the league that year, the Canio's like that to him, you and another guy, a Dutch guy, Etienne, he's like, you don't come on the pitch to celebrate with us. You don't come on. And Medi's like, no. So Medi comes down for the stand in the final and just sprints on the pitch with the boy Etienne. Mate, the Canio's chasing us like that. Don't let him lift that trophy. Don't let him lift the trophy. Medi's walking about like Comper, mate. Like that. The Canio's going off. Right, Gerrard, we'll go back to that. Is he going to go or is he going to stay, Paul?
I think he'll go.
What, he'll leave?
I think he might walk, Si.
Before the end of the season or at the end of the season?
My guts tell me before.
When the trustee guts tell me.
And he's telling me no, Si.
But the thing is, like, how can he, if he goes now, is he getting another job? Because ultimately you've left Rangers in the shit and you've walked away.
I think
you've not won in and you've came up here. Would he get another job after this? I don't think he's a quitter.
He's not a quitter.
No, he's not a quitter. Definitely not a quitter.
But see if this is any other manager, right? Like, he would get sacked.
I think.
Like, see the run they're on. Like that's a run. If it's anybody else, everybody would be sitting there not playing for him.
Celtic Rangers don't go on their runs.
Performances are no right. Like, put out a cup again. I mean, I couldn't believe it. You're doing the draw and I'm peeking in, and there's no Rangers in the draw side. Yeah. Doesn't seem right. Do you know what I mean?
Like that for me, like, you've got to give credit to Hearts because they've won the game.
Spoke about them. Let's talk about Rangers.
but in all fairness, like, they should be beating Hearts. They should, after beating Braga home and away, being on such a high, they should be able to go up to Tynecastle and put in enough performance. But for me, it was a lack of effort and attitude to actually win that game.
Why did they not play
There was no desire. The level of mistakes that were being made in the back four, it was amateurish.
So what's under more pressure, Gerrard or your knees?
I would say Gerrard. Close.
So you look like you've lost it, I actually have.
Do you know what a guy said to me yesterday? He says, big man, you're looking well. Is that Slaney's giving you a hard time for being fat? I says, no, I know. I says, I've just got to roll it.
You fucking will roll it.
How many rolls did you have? 6? What was that with your dinner? Roll with? 6 rolls with?
Nah, you're looking good, big man.
Right, I want to talk about, see with Gerrard with the team talk, where do they go for you? Like, do you play Edmondson now or do you put Katic back in? Because Katic has made a big mistake before. Edmondson's made a mistake. Who do you play?
You're so right, because but the performance Edmondson put in could be one of the worst I've ever seen, Si. Ever.
And he was so good the other night.
And he's a great boy, Si. He's a great friend. And I just can't believe what he done. He's actually trying to balloon the ball at the stadium, missed the ball and then backheeled it through to Naismith.
It's the greatest assist I've ever seen.
That was amazing, wasn't it? But see for the goal, right?
I think he was steaming.
So see for the goal, see what I think he was steaming. See what Stendhal done with the rope.
Aye.
We used to know the rope, but the Cano used to do shape all the time, right? So see when the ball's at the left, they get a throw on the left-hand side halves.
Yep.
2 centre-half, right backs here, 2 centre-halves are next to each other. Tavernier's like 10 yards ahead of them.
Yeah.
He should be in line with his centre-half. And see if he does when the ball goes up there, he just runs and heads it. Instead, he's got to run back the way, does a stupid header, and they run through.
You're so right, and that's what I'm talking about, why I'm cutting Gerrard slack that side.
But is he not being told that he should be there? Because see with us, with the Cano, see if our right back was in that position at that throw-in, he would have murdered them.
Aye.
Aye.
So is Gerrard saying to Tavernier, see when they get a throw in there, could you work on this and train on the Friday? See when they get a throw in here, I want you to be 10 yards higher than your 2 centre-halves.
Do you think?
Is he telling them that, or is Tavernier just doing it off his own back?
I would say that Tavernier's trying to steal yards in the hope that maybe Rangers could get the ball back and he's off.
So if you're a manager then, you're raging.
Aye, so that's his, I think that's Tavernier's own personal thinking, that he wants to get forward. So he's thinking, right, if we can get this thrown and get the ball, somebody can open up the body, I'm on my way.
Yeah, that's all right if you're 2 up, Kevin.
But that's fine to think that, but the game's 0-0.
Exactly.
You are being under attack, so you need to be sitting, if that throw-in is for Rangers, then steal 10 yards.
Yeah.
But it's no for Rangers, that throw-in's going the other way. So you shouldn't be up the park, you should be tucked in. I can't work, like Tavernier is the captain of Rangers. He is causing them games. He has caused them a lot of points over the few seasons that I've watched. And I think he gets away with murder.
You've said that.
Him and Goldson get away with murder.
But
the goal.
The thing is, right, a lot of debate on Twitter last few days, should he be the captain?
No.
Who would you give McGregor?
But why is he the captain? What has he achieved in his footballing career that merits him being the captain?
Of Rangers.
Of captain of Rangers. Stephen Davis, Alan McGregor, they've won trophies with Rangers, league titles with Rangers, they've went away down south and had wonderful footballing careers, they've came back to Rangers. They are the types of people that people look up to. They want to listen to what they've got to say. Do you think somebody's got to turn around and listen to wee Tavernier who's wee tuft in his chin? Fucking hell, man.
Wee tuft.
I just don't get it. I just think that, no, take the captaincy off him and for a while he stopped taking the free kicks and corners. So maybe that relieved a wee bit of pressure from him. Maybe take the captain's armband off him and let him just continue trying to play football. Because he's not a bad footballer.
Yeah, good.
They're just going through a bad time.
Okay. Handball, Stephen McLean had a bit of...
He was the worst.
Yeah, Stephen McLean, didn't he?
He was the worst performer on the pitch side, and that's saying something. He's
a good guy, Stephen McLean.
Maybe a good guy, side, but see on Saturday that isn't acceptable, side.
The hand was it? Should I be? Look,
it was volleyball.
It should have been red carded, shouldn't it?
As if he's playing volleyball.
Spy Kid, fucker.
Spy Kid. What was the boy's name again that's done it?
Who?
The Knife Hearts.
The foreign boy.
He's on a yellow card.
What's he
He
doing?
spikes it, tries to score. He gets the free kick. Eventually, he gave the goal at first, which was horrific. Then he gets told it's not a goal, it's a spike into the net, and then he doesn't book him.
No. And he misses Edmondson's handball.
And then Edmondson just punches the ball, and as Edmondson punches it, Al McGregor runs out and says it was Naismith that punched it. Brilliant for McGregor.
I enjoyed that.
Oh, superb. I'm going to. I always, if you listen back to the archive side, I always say I don't always like to blame the referee's side, because it's easy to do that, but on Saturday that was a disgraceful performance.
Even like Stephen Naismith could play for Rangers. Why didn't, I know all this stuff happened with the money and stuff like that, but they're the type of guys that Rangers need. See, if I was Rangers in the summer, I'd go and sign Stephen Naismith.
Guys that
wants to win for Rangers, knows how to win.
Guys who have been there.
Exactly.
Know what it takes to get over the line or be in the mix, whereas Rangers they're not even in the mix. You've gone back to the referee McLean.
Shocking.
The boy Jack got booked in the first half, later in the first half. Why was he not booked for the tackle on the 18-yard box? He should have been half the part as well. Yeah. The boy for Hearts should have been half the part. Yeah. It was just I think, say that word,
calamity of errors.
A calamity of errors where I think he just lost the plot for 5 minutes and he needed to get into half time and Willie just... Did you hear what Willie said to him? No. I was wondering.
No, I've not spoken to him.
Well, there's big news.
Is there?
We were at the Celtic game yesterday and I've interviewed this guy. It's going to come out soon. It's very good. Bobby Madden has adopted Willie Collum.
He's adopted him,
Yeah.
aye.
Papers have just went in. So we've got a stroppy teenager looking after a baby.
Absolutely, say.
Where's the sense in it?
It doesn't make any
I
sense.
think Bobby Madden, right? Bobby Madden?
Bobby likes taking a bit
I
by
know he
this, so
does,
give him a
Bobby,
bit of a-
I know he does, but
He watches
do
us
you
as
think
well.
he could maybe adopt Steve McLean as well?
Nah.
No. Too hard work?
That's too many disobedient kids, isn't it?
Aye.
If you put
So,
Stephen McLean
was
in
it a
handcuffs
sad-
and not let him out. I'm sick of him.
Could you take Steve McLean and put him in the cage instead of Paul the Tim?
Paul Tim's out the cage.
I know, Paul the
free.
Tim's been saying a lot of things lately.
He's busy on the Twitter about you, by the way.
Aye, he is very busy on the
See if he
Twitter.
mentions man name one more time,
What?
I'll sue him.
He was even telling us what you did at night and everything. It was quite an insight.
Is it quite a bitter breakup, is it? Right, listen, was it a sad day handing me Willie over to Bobby?
It was passed the early dummy side, you know what I mean? Instead of passing the bat and you passed to the dummy. And the wee man went away with him. He was in tears, wee Willie. Si. As much as we've had tough days, Si, he was in floods of tears, the wee man. And he's a great wee boy, isn't he? He's been a great wee boy over the years.
I thought he was showing a wee bit of maturity at half time with Willie when he was pulled wee Stephen to one side and said like,
he was the fourth official,
he
wasn't
was
he?
the fourth
He
official,
looked so nervous, Chair was giving me.
Oh,
stinking. And so was Stendhal.
Right, you say it like at McDermott Park, job done. Just about getting through on that tough pitch, plus playing on the Thursday night. Good result in the end, because that, for me, it's the best St Johnstone team for the last 3 years.
Wow.
There you go. I thought they were really good, mate.
Excellent, Si. Excellent. I thought it catalysed that way, Jimmy McCart.
McCart was good.
He was excellent,
I
Si.
thought the boy Dre Wright at right back was very good
he
as
was
well.
good. Si, if they just had that extra wee bit in the final third, Si, it could have been a different result. At one point, Si, Celtic were on the ropes.
Yeah.
Near the end, before the goal, Celtic were really struggling to get back in the game, Si, and Celtic got that bit of magic, Si, do you know what I mean? And but no, St Johnstone were excellent, Si. As I've said, we gave them a lot of criticism, but they deserve a lot of praise for yesterday.
No, I would agree with you. We did give Tommy a hard time at the beginning of the season. But I think one of you, I can't remember which one I'm going to praise one of you, but it's one of you did say that Tommy Wright knows what he's doing, he'll get them out the mess. And
No, it was you said he was the greatest.
And for me, like with Tommy Wright, you know, he must, if he can continue the performances that John's not putting it, because like by all accounts, compared to how they played the last time Celtic were at McDermott Park, where Celtic absolutely steamrolled them for the first 35-40 minutes and then just took the foot off the gas. Yesterday, Celtic had to work really, really hard to get a result.
I didn't think Celtic were great defence to midfield. I thought some of their play in the attacking areas on that pitch was unbelievable. Some of Edouard's touches, mate, on that pitch is one of the goals of the season when they were popping it about in the box each.
His spatial awareness of where everybody is and where to take that first touch is incredible. If kids that are learning want to watch how to take a ball into feet, that guy he's amazing. But I tell you what's good about Celtic, the boy is El Mohammed.
He's back.
He's back. That's a welcome boost, because obviously the defence has been a wee bit ropey recently.
See the defence though, yesterday, watching it, it's like touch Julian to Ayer to Beaton, and it's so slow, man. Just bang it at your midfielders. But the midfielders need to show a wee bit more. It's hard on
difficult
that
pitch because
but I mean,
the pitch was
Copenhagen as well, I just thought Ayer touched the ball more and Julian touched the ball more than anyone, and Simonovic, and that's what ends up leading to mistakes.
And that's
these brilliant attacking players, just get the ball into them.
That's what ends up making it difficult for Celtic to actually score goals, because they're so slow in getting the ball. You've got to move the ball quicker to bring players out of positions. Yeah. Whereas when you take that touch, the next touch, the other team just get back in. They get their 2 banks of 4, maybe a bank of 4, a bank of 5, and they're just sitting and make it very, very difficult. But if you start moving the ball a bit quicker, I don't know, Celtic's just...
It's this obsession with passing the ball back to the goal. And that's what Simonovic's goal, the mistake comes for, trying to pass the ball back to the goalkeeper. Under pressure, kick up the pitch.
There's no harm when you see a defender actually doing the basics. Get the ball at the park because we're in trouble. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. But it deemed to be that there is something wrong with that, but there's nothing wrong with it.
What about that? Just talking about the pitch, did you see when wee Griffiths was doing on the ground? It actually looked like a before and after picture. His hair.
Was it? Did it look like he had more hair than he normally did?
I heard him asking St Johnstone pitch where it got his transplant, wasn't it, wee Griff? Oh, it wasn't a game for him yesterday, was it?
No, Si, but I don't think it had a lot of
service,
didn't he? No, and Griffiths feeds on that side, so no.
Right, if Celtic what will it be, a quadruple treble?
Quadruple treble, yeah.
Is that the greatest thing that's ever happened in football, if it does happen? Well, eclipse anything doesn't eclipse obviously the European Cups and stuff like that.
I think in Scottish football terms that would be That's up there with, well, nobody's done it. So it's unparalleled to anything else. You can't compare it to anything else. So the fact they've done a treble is amazing, but to do a quadruple treble is, just to think, the 4 years that Rangers weren't in the league, they never won any trebles. And I think over these last 4 years, teams like Aberdeen, Hibs, Hearts, maybe not so much this season, they have got better.
Yeah.
And let's not beat about the bush with Rangers. They've spent money.
Yeah.
They've bought in some good players. So it's not as if Celtic are playing against weaker oppositions or anything. They're still having to get out there and grind results. I think that if it does happen, then it needs to be talked about, because it's something that's never happened, but it's a great achievement for any club to do that.
See, just on Copenhagen, Paul, what's your thoughts? What went wrong?
Well, just back to the quadruple treble. I'm part of it all.
Are you?
Yeah, I was there when it all started, so I'm a big part of it. Aye, si. So,
Who was the first manager that did it? Rodgers,
so wasn't he there? Was Lennon, wasn't it? Bastard. Si,
you laid the foundations, young man.
Thanks very much, Si. I'm part of the 10 in a row if they get there. What I'm going to say is here, and I'm not going to mince my words, I'm not going to hold back. On the Copenhagen game, not acceptable. Si, not acceptable. Listen, domestically, amazing. I'll sit here and I'll praise him all day. It's absolutely amazing. One of the best the club's ever done. But the last 5 years in Europe hasn't been good enough, Si.
No.
Parkhead is no longer a fortress, Si. At the start of the season, you go and beat Cluj away, draw with Cluj away, get the away goal. Come back at Celtic Park, get beat. Same again, last week, get the away goal and draw, and then you get beat at home again.
Spot on.
And I'll tell you, see if I could have, before the draw get made, see if I could have looked at all the boys, Si. I'd have picked Copenhagen. I'd have picked him as a team to play against, Si, because they were bang average, Si. And for Celtic to put a performance into that, no, I believe Neil Lennon, Si, got it wrong with playing a right back Simonovic. I wouldn't have Simonovic anywhere near my under-19 team, for a start. But
so you'd have Ayer centre half and Frimpong right back, that's what I thought.
But the only thing is, Si, on that, I think they've been playing the free, is to quickly transition for a free centre-halves come in, James dropped to the wing-back, so that was the thinking behind that.
No, but just make a sub if you want.
Correct, wrong. And so on that side, they weren't good enough, Si. I'm so highly praising them domestically, but see in Europe.
But see all these games you're talking about, I think Copenhagen, Cluj at home and Rangers at home, it's three very similar performances.
Yeah.
The thing is with the Copenhagen man, they didn't look like they were going to score, right, and then they got the break with the penalty.
Yeah.
But then they still go gung-ho like Cluj, instead of just tighten things up, take a step back for 5 minutes. If it needs to go to extra time, at least we can get in, we can get some words together, and we can go and beat, because they still had enough to go and beat Copenhagen comfortably. But no, they're still going gung-ho that leaves gaps that lead to the goal, and it was just pathetic.
But Si, the European performance for years, and I remember when I first came on the podcast, I asked you, I said, what is it that they can't get right in Europe? Now, this was a year and a half ago, and it's still happening. That's no good enough, Si. Copenhagen at home, to put in that. I mean, Celtic Park, I don't like going back reminiscing, Si, but when we were growing up, it was an absolute fortress, the best teams in the world. Now you're playing bang shite teams, Si,
bang shite?
Bang average teams, and you know you can't. And I know what everybody seems to be talking about after the goal, Celtic were dead open. The overall performance, Si,
was rubbish.
Was rubbish.
It wasn't good enough.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree totally. I think you're spot on what you're saying.
And
it's a great analysis.
Kevin, Si, do they want the ball? Do you know what I mean? See, when you're talking, do you want to speak? That's what you must do, Si. Sometimes I'm uncomfortable, but I'll go out there and speak. Do you know what I mean?
See, that's where I think they miss Christie. See, Christie yesterday, mate, we were watching him, right? No matter how Christie's playing, he takes the ball, Like, sometimes I think in these bigger games, you can see someone, they're like, do you really want it as much as you do against?
Yeah, and that's why he sits there, because I don't slag just Rangers. I go for the very best, Si, and I'll take everybody out if they're in my way.
I also think Roderick and Edward, I don't think they give you enough off the ball. Like, see, when even Griffiths works harder than Roderick off the ball, do you know what I mean? And Christie, when he's in there, he works. Roderick and Edward, too.
But Big Roderick has always been a luxury player, hasn't he? When Celtic are playing well and passing the ball well and creating chances, Big Roderick is right in amongst that. But when there's
off the ball,
off the ball, and when the going gets tough, he's sometimes been found wanting. And Big Edward, you know what I mean? If you give him all the serves in the world, he's going to punish a lot of teams. But Celtic never gave him anything on Thursday night.
What is it doing to him in Europe?
I think he's better with Griffiths, don't he? He's better linking up with somebody who's playing up with him.
I just think that in Europe, the hardest thing that Celtic do, for years they've talked about, is always the away record. Because they've always
bad
been bad.
yeah.
So these last couple of times they went away and beat Lazio. They drew with Cluj, obviously in the early stages of the Champions League, and then they drew with what do you call them, Copenhagen there. Was there a mentality coming back that right, we've done the job that we needed to do there. This should be straightforward.
It should be fine,
and it's just as if it's just the foot's been taken off the gas, or the concentration levels have maybe just slipped.
I always think it's like, you need to play with tempo, man. You need to get the crowd up, because see, as soon as it's pass amongst the defence, the crowd goes flat, and as soon as that happens at Celtic Park, it's hard.
Do you think they should have played 2 up front on Thursday?
I think so. I think you need to start quick.
Even though you've got the away
as well, with his pace, get the ball at Frimpong, run.
Even
forward.
though you've got the away goal, it was as if they were playing just to get a draw.
Draw,
like a 0-0 draw. And I'm thinking, no, just go and beat them, and then you can bring off Edward or whatever if you're 2 or 3 up.
Yeah.
But no, Lenny will probably be the first to admit that he maybe got it wrong. But the upside of it all is that they concentrate on the league, and they concentrate on the cups and stuff, and they might end up with a quadruple.
Do you know what, all right, I'm going to say it. I love the league. I love the Rangers games. But there's nothing like
European nights.
There's nothing like it, Si. And see that draw the next day. It's an amazing feeling, especially when Rangers were in it. To think, is it going to be an Old Firm?
Yeah. And as you say, the competition's not great.
No.
Exactly.
Chance of going far.
It was so deflating. It really, really was. And European nights are the most special nights, Si. The away games, you sit in the house with all our mates and all that, and it's the most amazing feeling. Then the home games, you don't experience an atmosphere like. It's exceptional what they've done in night, but it's really, really. I don't get it, Si. I don't get why. This is fine if you're playing top teams, but Celtic are playing Copenhagen, Si. They must be.
I agree.
I remember, see the first half of the night, Si, I was sitting there, and I said, I did that, slapped my Danny head, Si, right, wasn't you listening? I just did that, Si, and I said, Celtic only playing brilliant here, but they're not going to hurt Celtic, they've not got players to do it. So they didn't have much in the locker. Nah. Do you know what I mean?
Disappointing. Right, okay, finally we're going to talk about Aberdeen. As I say, drew Celtic at Hampden. Massive task for him, especially now. McKenna's came off. Looks like he's going to miss the game as well. Massive blow for it. Not just for that, but for their chase for third, Kev.
It is a massive blow because he's obviously a big stalwart at the back. He's a
big what?
Big stalwart, isn't he?
Oh. I'm seriously so proud of you yesterday for doing that draw.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Honestly, amazing, mate. You're taking over.
But for me, Aberdeen's got a chance. I think like it's a one-off game. It's 90 minutes at a neutral ground. It's not neutral to Celtic because they're there every other week, but Aberdeen have got a chance. And sometimes see Big McKenna as potential that he does have. Sometimes when you watch his games very, very closely, sometimes he's found wanting.
Could be a hindrance.
I've got nothing against him. It's not a personal attack by any stretch of
like
imagination.
But sometimes you went for him.
But sometimes I watch the games and I look at things and I think, had he been there, that wouldn't have happened. And it's just.
Your wee boys don't do that, but it's your wee team call.
Oh, the wee Pumas.
Yeah, they won it the weekend, big
Kev.
Kev.
Young man.
Fucking Danny scored for half line. That's pure buzzing.
Oh, magic.
Tremendous, that's what it's all about.
What do you think Derek McInnes needs to have to do? Sit the boys down, Si.
And watch the Pumas.
Watch, Si, and then watch what the performance they put in v Celtic the last game.
Aye, I would agree with you.
Play the same. And
He's
you
the
can
same.
win. He's the same, you can win.
As you said, Suter and McKenna both injured for Scotland. It's not what we need, is it? See, for me, I think that makes a good partnership. McKenna can go win the ball, Suter can go and play. I think they'd be a good partnership. Who do you play? Is your two centre halves? Cooper for Leeds?
Cooper go to now, Si. They're in Dreamland Leeds at the moment.
Cooper for Leeds.
Charlie McGrew.
Big
There's your
Charlie.
two.
I would have Charlie because with Charlie you know exactly what
As long as
you're
he
going
takes
to get.
that pole neck off for the night.
What have they
Don't know
done?
what he's thinking.
He actually
He's
fought
better than
me. He
that.
fought me during the day and said he was going to
winning $1
question.
million.
I'm
No, he's winning
talking. Si, he fought me during the day and said, Slaney, I'm going to question Johan as soon as we go in there why you allow Slaney to leave. Didn't he do it?
Wow.
How,
Like you
mate, how
did.
good that have been? Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant. He was like
disappointing.
tremendous to win it.
Charlie's
he's
he's a
Charlie,
threat.
isn't he?
Has he got a Queen and Maudlin after football lined up or what is he?
Maybe no cheekbones though. That's
No.
his.
That's what he's missing.
Maybe give him a shot for a couple
Has
of
he
days.
got a pout?
Oh, he's got a pout, big man.
Better than yours?
Nah.
I would love
Right, who we're playing set? Oh, so we've got McKenna and
Charlie.
Mulgrew.
No.
What about Big
Cooper,
Hanley?
sorry.
Is he still playing Big Hanley?
He's the captain at
Captain of
Norwich.
Norwich? Don't
Mate,
get me wrong. I wouldn't have him anywhere near the squad.
Okay, man, to be honest, I don't know much.
No, aye.
He looks dirty, I know.
Right, listen, we need an exclusive for you. Is Tierney going to be fit for the playoffs? Seen he was back. He put a picture up yesterday with all the French boys, didn't he? Aubameyang. I know he's not French, but Lacazette and back at training now.
He's almost there, Si. He's almost there. I don't know if he's going to be involved in the playoffs. It might be too soon. I couldn't tell you, Si. He speaks to me when he wants to speak to me, Si. If I ask him a question and he's not ready for it, I will get a mouthful. Wow. So I don't step into that zone, Si. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if he'll be fit or no, Si. It might be too soon. The playoffs are soon. Here, surely we're going to the...
Wait, he did tell him Stevie Clark's actually got a hotel in London and he rubs his shoulder every night, didn't he?
Yeah,
He's in
I mean, no joke, yeah.
Rubs his shoulder.
Does he?
Swear to God, bio, you want it?
Bio.
He takes big bio for Celtic.
Right, cards on the table, are we going to beat Israel?
Yes.
Yes, but how exciting is it going to be if we get through that? Eric Braut Haaland at Norway side will play the next round. Wow!
There's a monster.
He will, man.
Charlie Mulgrew, get ready for that big boy coming for you.
Oh!
I never knew that. I forgot he was Norwegian.
They're good. They're
That's if
decent.
they beat Serbia, is it?
Easy. They're useless.
Right, lads, that's us done.
Is that us done? Aye. Aberdeen got 2 minutes.
Oh, do the popcorn trick. If you put a hole in the bottom.
Oh, that's brilliant. That one.
Sit it on you.
Before? That's magic. I actually got you a wee snack as well. Well, it fell out your motor.
What was it?
Just go and get it. It fell out his motor. So I remember you don't eat big meals now, you just have wee snacks, don't you? It fell out your motor, I'll just get it.
Where's your croissants that you had earlier? Is it okay?
Oh, they're gone. I was.
What,
I need breakfast. I was up this morning at 3, so.
Grafton.
Grafton.
Right, what's you got for
Fell out
us?
your motor, mate. Just a wee snack. You
Oh, right, okay.
Wee snack. You dropped out your motor. Watch this. Read it out the camera. Read it out. Watch this. Sausage rolls. Just a snack. Brown sugar. Why do you taste so good now? Dance.
See if you put a couple of eyes in, that could be slaying his face.
You cheeky bastard. Kev, here's a wee dance set, Kev, please.
I can't dance.
Please, one dance. Just a wee dance. Dance.
You're stupid, lad.
Cheers, lads.